Someone please tell me if it's Friday yet.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
Let's build a Dark Magician meta deck, and let's test it out with the new Duel Arena that's out today, the Duelist Cup Arena for March. So let's build the deck. We're going to use it there and test it out. So the main goal of the Dark Magician meta deck, get Dark Magician out of your deck, either in the graveyard, on the field, or in your hand. That way you can utilize your magic and trap cards and, well, annihilate your opponent. So we're going to look at kind of cutting this deck down a little bit. I'm going to remove Dark Renewal. I'm going to remove Dark Horizon. Shrink it down a little bit. Just wanted to make it a little more condensed. So right now we have 3 Dark Magicians, obviously. We have 2 Magician's Souls, 1 Magic Karibo, Magician's Robe, 2 Magician's Rod, Dark Magician Girl, Palladium Oracle of Mahad, the Magician of Dark Illusion, Chronicle Magician, Dark Magician of Chaos, 2 Timaeus United Dragons, 2 Illusion of Chaos Rituals, Rigiki, Dark Magic Attack, 1 Eye of Timaeus, Bond between Teacher and Student, 2 Magicalized Fusions, Magician's Salvation, Dark Magic Circle, Strength and Unity, Piercing the Darkness, Dedication through Light and Darkness, Dark Burning and Magic, Dark Magic Expanded, 3 Soul Servants, Secrets of Dark Magic, Magician Navigation, Grid Engraved Virus, Destined Rivals, and 2 Eternal Soul cards. So the way we've structured it is to try to get Dark Magician obviously on the field, but also to utilize the Eye of Timaeus and the Magicalized Fusion cards to get into your extra deck, bringing out Master Chaos. You also have the Dark Paladin, which is powerful for against dragon decks, and the Dark Magicians is pretty powerful as well. So we're going to utilize Soul Servant to get cards to the top of our deck, and then banish those from the graveyard so that we can draw more cards. So the other goal, secondary goal of this deck, is to get to your extra deck pretty quickly and get those cards on the field for greater effects, and then also to rotate through the deck rather quickly and get cards into your hand and on the field. So that's the goal of this deck, is to try to get through the deck pretty quickly and also have multiple ways of bringing Dark Magician to the field and getting into your extra deck. Pretty solid deck. We're going to go ahead and save it, and then we're going to go ahead and do 1 or 2 duels and see how it works out. So let's go to the Duelist Cup. This will be our first time participating in it. And we're going to start from stage 1 and get some nice rewards right off the bat. Let's select our deck. We're going to copy it from our Vortex of Magic. So this is all based on the Vortex of Magic structure deck from the first anniversary release, so that's what we're going to look at. Alright, we're going to go second. I like to go second, that way I get an opportunity to draw a card before we start playing. Pretty decent hand off the bat. Magician's Rod, Dark Magician Girl, Chronicle Magician, Timaeus, and Eternal Soul. We'll probably utilize Magician's Rod first, get a magic card, utilize Timaeus the United Dragon, special summon a extra deck monster right away. Looks like we're going to go up against a Sword deck, Soul deck, so we're going to have some synchros we're going to have to deal with, but we'll see how we go here. Alright, so it looks like we're immediately getting into Synchro Summons. Sword Soul Grand Master. which can be pretty powerful in terms of negating effects. So what'll probably happen is we'll use our Magician's Rod, try to utilize its effect. They'll probably negate that effect, and then we'll use Tamiya's, the United Dragon's effect, to be able to summon on the field. So we know he's gonna utilize at least one card effect to negate us, but we need a backup plan. Oh, looks like they are gonna go for another Synchro Summon. I will say at least this opponent is moving quickly. What do we got? Soul Source Sinister. We just took some damage, that's nice. And if we special summon a monster, they can banish one of our monsters. That's nice. Okay, what do we got? Grading Grave Virus. This is a little secret weapon for this deck that I put in there, so that way we can sacrifice a Dark Magician and start picking apart our opponent's deck a little bit. So we're going to summon Magician's Rods first. He's going to obviously use his effect and negate that activation, I'm sure. He has to banish a monster first to utilize it. Okay. Alright, we're going to go ahead and set Eternal Soul. Then we're going to use our Tamiya's, the United Dragon. We might be in a really bad position already. One of the downsides of going second is normally the opponent has a way to get other monsters on the field to negate our effects, and he's going to banish our monster right away, essentially. See, that's part of the issues with going second, that I really can't negate those things. And that's just unfortunate, but we're probably going to get our butts kicked this duel. We'll just go ahead and activate our Eternal Soul and just get a card out of our deck into our hand. He's going to negate it. And we're probably going to lose in 2 turns. We just lost. We knew that was going to happen, and as soon as he was able to negate 2 effects, well, essentially negate 1 effect and banish my other monster, it was already match over. Alright, let's try again. The goal is to try to analyze this deck to see if it's actually going to work, and if we can't even get through 2 turns, it ain't going to matter. We're still going to go second. I still like going second, just so I can draw an extra card. Okay, pretty similar hand the last time. We got 2 of the same cards, Magician's Rod and Tamiya's, the United Dragon. We already drew the Palladium Oracle Mahad card, so it's better when you draw that card from your deck because you can just special summon it to the field then. But we do have Illusion of Chaos, which allows us to reveal this card in our hand, draw the card from our deck, and then put 1 card back onto our top of our deck. So looks like we're probably going to be going up against a dragon deck. Blue Eyes in the graveyard already. Yep. So we'll probably utilize our Master of Chaos, but also, this is why we stuck in a Dark Paladin, because we get 500 attack points for every dragon on the field and in the graveyard. So, one little tidbit there. That's why I have that in the deck. You don't need Buster Blader, you can use the Magicalized Fusion card to get Dark Paladin on the field. Alright, Striker Dragon. And we can also use Dark Paladin's special effect to discard one card, negate an activation, and destroy a card, so that's also pretty powerful. Alright, let's see what we got here. We're going to go ahead and utilize our Illusion of Chaos effect. We're going to grab Magician's Soul. And we're going to return our Palladium Oracle Mahad so that way we can draw it later and be able to use its effect. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to put out Magician's Rod, use its effect in case he has any effects to cancel out that effect. I'd rather him use it on my Magician's Rod first and not the other monsters I'm about to use on him. Should have probably played our Piercing the Darkness card first, but ooh. The Infinite Impermanence card, that's not much you can do about that, but at least to use it on Magician's Rod. He just doesn't know what's coming otherwise. We'll send Dark Magician to the graveyard. We'll utilize our Piercing the Darkness and be able to draw another card. And we're going to use our Timaeus the United Dragon. So we're going to send... We're actually going to send the Magician's Rod to the graveyard. And we're going to utilize his effect. And can't use his effect to bring out Dark Paladin, unfortunately. But we're going to bring out the Dark Magicians. Well, at least I can use a card from my hand. Okay. Let's start battling here. Take out Striker Dragon. And then we'll take out Blue Eyes. Oops. I forgot to use the Piercing the Darkness. What happens when you start clicking too quick. Looks like we may be facing a ritual monster. Go figure. And there's Chaos form, so it's probably Blue Eyes Max Dragon. And Monster Reborn to bring back Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon, probably. Unless it goes after my Dark Magician, which I highly doubt. And we can draw a card. We're gonna go ahead. Well, can't pick what card I'm actually gonna set. And he forfeited anyway. He wasn't gonna win. So I don't know what he was doing. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do a third duel because the first two doesn't really help us evaluate the deck overall, but we were up pretty good on the second round. We're gonna go second again. Well, or at least we're getting consistent draws from our hand. Magician's Rod, Timaeus United Dragon, Illusion of Chaos. Okay, so we're gonna have an XYZ deck. Utopia. Okay. This will probably be a little tougher challenge than the last round. That. So we're gonna see a rank up already. It's gonna be a little bit more of a challenge this round, definitely. It may already be over before we even get to do our turn. That's the one problem about facing these decks. They're able to manipulate it in a way that if they go first, it's over before you can even get to your turn. So now he's got two monsters on the field that have some pretty powerful effects. And we got another Magician's Rod at least. We're going to set our Eternal Soul. We're going to play our Dark Magical Circle. I mean, the number 38 card, that's such a powerful card. It's hard to do anything with it. Let's go ahead and utilize our Illusion of Chaos, because at least we can use it from our hand. Okay, let's see, we're gonna bring our Magician's Soul. I'll return one of our Magician's Rod. Let's use our Magician's Rod. Pretty powerful trap card. Man. See, when I get these kind of cards on the field, it's hard to navigate through your first turn without feeling like you're going to get annihilated. Oh yeah, boy. We'll send our Illusion of Chaos to the graveyard. Get Timaeus on the field. He's gonna keep drawing cards like crazy. We have no spells in our graveyard, so we can't really utilize the Amulet Dragon. We'll summon the Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. It's about the only thing we can do at this point. At least while this card's on the field, he can't target my magic and trap. Because we're going to have to utilize Eternal Soul if we're going to have any kind of chance. Go ahead and utilize Eternal Soul. We're going to just go ahead and bring back a Dark Magician because we're going to need cards on the field to protect our life points. And we have nothing in our hand. I'll just put him in defense position because there's nothing I can do to protect the Dark Magician. And there's no sense of using Eternal Soul to just get the Dark Magic attack. Double or Nothing's a good card. We're not going to utilize Magician's Rod effect because we're not sacrificing Dark Magician just to get Magician's Rod into our hand. We're going to need that Dark Magician on the field. This is not looking good. Onomatopoeia. Didn't have anything to summon with it. Well, now our Eternal Soul card is exposed to number 38, and he can essentially just swipe it as material as soon as I activate it. This duel's essentially over, but we'll play it out. It's going to use his effect, and he's going to be able to absorb Eternal Soul as material for number 38. And this duel's over. And he didn't do it. Okay, well, we're just gonna go ahead and set Dark Magic Expanded, because we can utilize that. We're gonna go ahead and battle. We're unaffected by his effect, so Relieve strike some life points here. What's going to be interesting is what happens next turn. We're going to go ahead and use our Eternal Soul, and we're going to special summon a Dark Magician. Max C. I don't want to say we have a fighting chance, but we can at least take out one of his XYZ monsters, more than likely number 38. Unfortunately not number 99, Utopia. It's just not going to happen. Be a good time for a Mirror Force card. And there's probably going to be some XYZ summoning going on here. It's taking a little bit. There we go, finally. Oh boy. Oh, this is not looking good now. It's going to add an attachment to his XYZ monster. This one's over. Oh, here we go. Dang it! I was hoping that he would have used his other monsters to attack. Okay, here's an opportunity I'm going to get to use now. He's just going to take that for material, and now the duel's over. Not good. Let's try one more. Well, this will be duel number 4, or 1 and 2. First duel, we got completely annihilated on the first turn. Second duel, the opponent resigned. Third duel, we got our butts whooped. This one we're going to see. We've gone second each one. This deck is so dependent on a number of cards and scenarios, it's hard to say go first, because we're not going to have a great time preventing our opponent from doing anything. And that's the advantage of going first for some decks, is you can get certain monsters to the field in a rather quick fashion that can prevent your opponent from doing anything and paralyzing their deck. This is not one of those decks. I need cards. I need cards to be able to cycle through and get other monsters on the field. So that's why I go second, so I can at least draw the card. Because as you can see, we've got 3 magic and trap already in our hand and 2 monsters. You go through these duels where the opponent has to go through about 50 different card combinations before they actually do anything. I hate it. Finally! And we're already in a hole. This is the problem with going second. Dark Magician of Chaos doesn't help me here. It will help me with Timaeus the United Dragon, so... we're gonna go ahead and put Strength of Unity on the field. See if he utilizes any effect on us. And when we use the Timaeus effect, we'll you sacrifice Dark Magician of Chaos to do that. We're going to put these other trap cards on the field, just in case we get an opportunity to use them. Don't want them in my hand. Let's use Magician's Rod first. Boy, here's the... what are you doing here? Utilize Soul Servant. Utilize Magician's Salvation. Which seems to me to be the card that we would want to use here. Let's do that. Just gotta constantly wait for your opponent to decide whether or not they're actually gonna activate a card or not. And we're gonna set Eternal Soul. Time to activate the Timaeus. We're gonna send our Dark Magician of Chaos to the graveyard. Take some damage. Can't utilize our effect. That's great. Well, if we can't do that, let's at least try to take a card or two out. Attack the Sprite Elf. Okay, well, activate an effect here, and bring a couple Link monsters to the field. Jeez. I'm gonna go ahead and battle. These evil twin decks are awful to play against. This deck is probably, or this duel is probably going to end rather quickly. I have no cards in my hand. My opponent is running through their deck and graveyard at a very rapid pace. Oh, now I'm about to lose my Grinning Grave Virus card. Let's activate Eternal Soul first. The only thing we can do is get at least Dark Magic attack to our hand. We'll activate our Grinning Grave Virus just because I'm gonna lose it. And my Magician's Rod wasn't gonna really prevent much from happening anyway. So, Grinning Grave Virus, if you don't know what it does, so you can tribute a dark monster with 3,000 or less attack points. Your opponent has to destroy one card for every 500 attack points of the monster you tributed. And if you tributed a monster with 2,000 or more attack points, they have to show you their cards that they draw until the third draw phase. And then any card that they send to the graveyard can have their effect activated. It's pretty powerful if you can utilize Dark Magician with that Grave Virus card, because then they have to send 5, and then you get the bonus effect of the 2,000 plus attack. That's why it's so difficult to beat these decks, that they go through cards like crazy. They're able to get through multiple cards with multiple effects that can be summoned and resummoned. Effects utilized from the graveyard, from your hand, from your main deck. And it's difficult to stop all these different types of card effects from happening from any deck. It doesn't really matter what card you have. Watch how quickly we lose. We had 0 shot. Didn't work out the way we wanted to. So, we went 1-3 in our full 4 duels, but let me know what you think about the deck. Probably needs a few tweaks. Probably should have went first on some of those duels instead of going second, but when you want to draw the cards before your first real turn to do, that's the main reason why I go second, so I can get that extra card in my hand in case I draw 5 cards that don't complement each other well. If I had to go back and modify the deck a little bit, I would probably take out maybe the Dark Magician of Chaos and the Dedication through Light and Darkness. You could do that. Is it gonna do a whole lot? Probably not. But anyway, let me know what you think about the deck. Let me know if there's cards that I'm missing, because I'm sure there's a few cards that I don't have, like the Apprentice Illusion Magician card, that I should probably go at least look at and add to the deck. And probably go through some more Magic and Trap and see what else is out there. But until next time.